Welcome to Paint a Beautiful Picture. My name is Violet Newby. I would like to tell you a little bit about myself and something about what we're going to be doing in this parenting adventure together. I have been a mom for 47 years. Prior to the birth of my first child, I took care of my brothers and sister for 6 years, from the time I was 12 years old. And even as a 14-year-old teenager, I took care of a family of four kids I had a 6-week-old newborn baby, a 3-year-old, a 9-year-old, and 11-year-old. For a year and a half, I took care of those kids every single day. I've had a lot of experience with children. I've had 35 years experience as a nurse, and I've taken care of women and babies and little children. I've had about 9 years of teaching little kids and 2 years of experience in teaching English at the university level, not mostly in the United States of America, but overseas. I am a registered nurse, and so I've just really had a body of experience. I've counseled many, many, many people over the last 7 to 9 years of my life, and especially people in the areas of parenting and interpersonal relationships, just so you know. My sons, about 20 years ago, asked me to do a series on how to be a responsible parent. They were young adults at the time, and they told me that they really felt like I had a lot to say. So, believe it or not, I've been waiting about 25 years to be able to say this. Now, my grandsons are actually young men, and so now I have two generations of seeing a lot of my ideas and my thoughts about parenting carried out. And I can say without a doubt that the ways that I think have been very effective in raising happy, productive, successful, really respectable young men. Educating oneself prior to taking action and implementing a new program in life is extremely reasonable. In our system in the United States of America, people are educated for 12 years. You take the skills which you gain and you use them all the time. When you go to the store, you know how to read, so you can tell what kind of ingredients there are and whether or not you're getting black beans or navy beans or kidney beans. You know how to add, you know how to subtract. You have a basic idea of what numbers look like and how they work. Probably you can multiply, so you buy 10 cans of something for 29 cents. You know it's going to cost you about $3, $2.90. You are using those kinds of skills all the time. Now, if you have a job and you have a college education, you went to school for a couple of more years. You spent 2 to 4 entire years getting educated so that you might make a living and earn a decent living. If you want to create a good life for your children, taking some time to learn some skills is a pretty reasonable thing to ask. But I want you to allow yourself time to gain the education before you put this to work in your child's life. I want to say something to you. Sometimes we hear new information, we get really, really, really excited, and we want to go for it, which I think is a good thing. But I want you to hear me out. For the next 2 weeks, that will be 10 sessions that I'm going to have with you. I want you to commit to doing nothing differently in your parenting. I want you to listen to me. I want you to think about what I'm saying. I want you to get a hold of a notebook. We'll call it your challenge notebook. And every single session, I'm going to give you a challenge. And I want you to commit to meeting that challenge every single day. It's going to be a question. And I want you to answer that question for yourself. And I want you to start to think about, evaluate, assess who you are, where your strengths are, how you're doing as a parent, what your kids might need that you haven't yet been able to give to them. I just really want you to go through this challenge with me, and I want you to do it each and every day. So I want you to gain the information. I want you to take an action and get your hands on that challenge notebook for me. And I want you to make a commitment. I want you to make a commitment to yourself that I am going to be a better parent. And to do that, I need some help. Wow, we all need help. Let's face facts. I don't know too many people who raise all of their own food, raise all of their own meat, have go out and cut wood in the forest and keep their own fire going and live on propane lanterns. No, you need the people who are farmers that are growing your food, and the people at the grocers who are selling you their food, and the people that at the electric company who are giving you electricity, and the people who are sending the water, clean water, purified water to your house. You need a lot of help every single day. We all do. And you might need help with parenting too. That's okay. Just say, I probably need some help, and I'm going to get some help. Sometimes the smartest thing we can do is acknowledge what we need and go get it. I mean, you get in the store and go to McDonald's when you're starved and buy yourself a Big Mac, so you understand this. Just come and talk with me for a while and get some of this good stuff so you can help your children and your family. Okay, we have a website called paintabeautifulpicture.com, and here's what paint is about. The principles that you need to lay a foundation for your child's life. How to show affection to your child. It's a whole lot more than a hug and a kiss. I promise you this. How to parent with intention. How to nurture your child, their mind, their body, their soul, their spirit, their gifts, their talents, the creative things that are in them. Oh, nurturing is so very much fun. How to teach and train your child. You can let your child grow up like a wild weed. You're probably going to have thorns. Or you can literally teach and train your child and show them a good path and help them learn how to walk down that path. And you will have a much different result, a much more secure and a much healthier, and I do mean emotionally, spiritually, and mentally healthier child. And so we will paint a beautiful picture across your child's life. You know, I really love black and white. I like black and white movies. I like black and white photographs. But there is nothing like a brilliant burst of color. Please take a look at the inset that I'm showing you right now. Look at the difference between black and white and color. I want you to put the most amazing colors, such incredible beauty and depth and richness into your child's life with me as you paint a beautiful picture for your child. Okay, I want you to be willing to ask for help. You can go to the website and you can opt in as a subscriber, which means that I will have your name and email address. I will never do anything with it. I solemnly promise you, except for send you notes and have the means to communicate with you if there's a new piece of information or something that I really believe will be of value to you. Okay, so you may or may not do that, but if you choose to do that, I would love it. You may, of course, like this video, subscribe to this channel, and even ask for notifications so that every single time there's a new video posted, you're going to be able to watch it. I tell you that I'm going to commit to you that Monday through Friday, each week, you will be able to watch a video. In addition, on the website each day, you will be able to find the challenge question of the day. From Monday through Friday, each question will appear in order so that by the end of the week, you will have all 5 challenge questions available to you. But I want you to know, the following Monday morning, that challenge question will reset and the prior week's challenge questions will go away. So please make sure that you check in with the website, if not every day, at least every couple of days, and certainly at the minimum once a week. In addition to that, you will find out when we are having special Saturday sessions that will show up on the website. Those sessions will last longer. They may involve interviews, and they will certainly involve a more in-depth discussion of some of the material that we have covered. And so, however you got a hold of this, whether it was referred to you by a friend, and you're welcome to do that as well under YouTube to refer, whether you got this on a podcast site, whether you heard about my website and came across it while you were looking for parenting tips, I just want you to know that I'm here to help you. So you can email me, you can ask for help, you can ask questions, you can talk about the places that you're having difficulties, and I will do my best to address those things as I am able. But as I said, initially, I want you to commit these 2 weeks to me. That in the next 2 weeks, 10 times you are going to join me and listen to what I have to say and commit to making a change. Let me tell you why this is so important. If you suddenly hear something and you go, wow, I got to do that, and you start that up, and it is pretty radical, because I promise you some of the things that you're going to be hearing and learning are going to be pretty radical. And then in a couple weeks, you lose steam because it's hard. And let me tell you, parenting is one of the most difficult jobs I have ever done. And I have done some really tough stuff in my day. Your child is going to experience so much frustration, as will you, and your child will most likely get really angry. And you can't blame them. You can't suddenly change everything and then, oh, it's too hard, and let it go. That is not going to be productive or healthy or helpful. You have absolutely got to listen, hear me out, then make some decisions, and then act on those decisions. But do not act on those decisions prematurely. I am pleading with you. Don't do anything for a couple of weeks. I realize that might be really tough. The one thing I do want you to do in these couple of weeks is, your challenge for today is write down in your challenge notebook, I will be honest with myself. Okay, that's all. We'll talk about that more tomorrow. Write down, I will be honest with myself. Please make that commitment to me and to yourself, because we can't really make significant change and we can't really do the things that our child needs until we take a good hard look at ourselves. Then next week sometime, probably close to the beginning of the week, you're going to be having a conversation with your co-parent, at which time you're going to have to decide how honest you're willing to be with them. If you have a pretty honest and open relationship, it might be pretty easy. If you have a relationship where you really haven't bared your soul, or you don't even have the greatest relationship with that co-parent, or perhaps you don't have a co-parent, that part might be painful. It might be painful to share difficult things about yourself with another person, and it might be difficult to realize that you're on your own. And I was a single mom for almost 13 years. It is really tough to be on your own. I acknowledge that, but I want you to know it's definitely possible. The final thought I want to leave you with today is this. You have to find your own motivation about this. I can't give it to you. If you have a child who's out of control and you want to get a handle on that before they get too old, if you have a child who's desperately needy and you don't even have what it takes to meet those needs, and you feel sad and sometimes frustrated that you as the mom or the dad really aren't meeting your own child's needs, or if you feel like your entire life is out of control, not just your child, but I mean your life, and you need to get a handle on it, and this might be a good place to start, then I just want to say to you, I believe that you can do this, and I am willing to help you out. So please join me on this journey. I invite you, I give you the most open-armed invitation I can extend to you to come and join me in painting a beautiful picture in your child's life. Thank you for being with me today. You may find additional information on our paintabeautifulpicture.com website. Additionally, you may watch me on Rumble, and you may also listen to a podcast on Buzzsprout or Spreaker, all under the name Paint a Beautiful Picture. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. You may subscribe, and if you are interested in receiving notifications, please hit the notifications button.